Hello and welcome back to OpenTTD or Open Transport Tycoon Deluxe. We are just where we left off pretty much, except the thing we're waiting for is this. No, not that one. This one. Fund construction of new commercial buildings in the town. So I have some money now. Did not sheet it in. It's yeah, I did this, uh, which is entirely of this airport, these planes, and this airport. Entirely coming off from that. Of course, no one else is playing. It's just I guess company just run by the computer, but also not. That's another thing. I haven't ever played against a computer opponent. Huh. Like this company's just going on. Let's call it autopilot. But anyway, this is pretty much how you revive a dead city. Of course, all the while I built these airports and whatnot. I have had these boats running, and nope, nothing. It hasn't grown. So you pretty much have to do that in order to make any buildings whatsoever. But after you do that, you are golden. Of course, they don't really like me, but that's beside the point. Let's see, how many people do you have on? Yeah, you have a full load. Still can't deposit any people, I guess, yet, but we will be able to. And look at that, I expanded the road that I built, so you can absolutely make them go from your road and expand from there. So we got 80 people in Atlantis now, which is strange. It's just one house. Alright, so it's not growing any longer. Yeah, there's passengers waiting now. I think we have too few boats though, in order to make it any good. We'll wait for this boat. But they still don't accept any passengers, which is a shame. Clone that. And I guess that will pick up people. We need to fund it again, I'm pretty sure. Or maybe not, it's actually growing. We don't have enough money for that now, though. Let's just wait for it. It's growing. So now it's 0 again, but now we have 2 buildings. And they might accept passengers now, after those 2 buildings have been built. We might have enough money to fund their new buildings as well. Just about. There we go. Now they're growing faster. Let's see how that turns out. $14. Yeah, great. 28. And I still don't accept any boats. That sucks. Strange that it could be 80 population with only one building, and now 28 with two. Oh, did you see that? Oh god, not the new vehicle. They accept passengers now. Oh yes, that means we can grow them a little bit faster. Uh, I gave them more money uh, once more to see if they actually did something. Yeah, there they go. Don't break down. Not sure if we have enough. Oh, they think we are excellent. That's good. 199th day. How many people? Yeah, 108. That's great. That's awesome. Should be more people waiting here now. And we might actually earn something on our ships. Nah, man, only 45. Let's fund them again. There we go. Every 57th day. Later we'll expand the island, of course. Would be cool to do that. Wow, just wow. That's what the funding did. Build one road piece for 230,000. I could have built that on my own for much cheaper. So I think in order to make this a little bit more viable, I think we should expand the island, honestly. Then maybe it will grow a little bit better. Huh, 5 buildings now and only 78 population. Whereas we had one house earlier with 80 population. So as you can see, I've expanded the island a little bit in order to, you know, get them more space to expand. But here's an interesting thing, right? We could, and we probably should, build a bridge to over here, right? The thing is though, usually the town does that if you let it, if you wait enough. So I might do that, but we're not gonna spend too much more time on this. I might make a whole map just on the basis of this, where you get all of your money from some kind of industry somewhere, and then the objective is to grow a city from the seabed, I suppose. That would be an interesting idea, I think. It seems like they don't want to build a bridge, so I'll do that for them. It's gonna be expensive, but why not? Let's do the medium one. Don't really care about the max speed. No aircraft. Let's remove this. Don't expand that way. Build a building there. God damn it. Instead, expand over here. Yes. Yes. So, now that we are at this point, in order to make it grow faster, we could put in buses like this. The more stations you have in a city, the faster it will grow. Of course, there are other aspects which determine the rate at which it grows, but having a minimum of 5 um, stations in your city and making at least one passenger travel between these stations, at least one per month, one passenger per month, will make it grow in the maximum rate, pretty much. Yeah, at least according to the wiki. I'm pretty sure the wiki says something like that. We will see. So you saw it was 199 before. Of course, we are not getting any passengers to show up here, which is bad. There should be some here. Yeah, one. Alright. Let's see if it will grow any faster. 142! Already! It's going faster. Which is nice. Of course, if we were to get passengers from this place, maybe it would grow even faster. I'm not sure on that. I think we oughta space these out a little bit more, like that. So yeah, that's pretty much what you do. And of course, continue to fund when that option comes up, which it usually does when you get near the amount of money required to do that. You get that option. And it should be around now. Yeah, there we go. Still can't really afford it. Now we can though. There we go. I wonder where we'll build next. It's kind of random where it chooses to build. Which is fine, I guess, but I don't know. We could also build a bridge here. Of course we can't afford it yet, but once we can, now we can. It could expand even further. Of course, in the map I was talking about I might make, there will be pretty much no land at all. So yeah, there will be no islands such as these. This one, these. What was that? Did I miss something? Maybe. Alright. Well, that's pretty much it. Now it's growing every 57th day, but it always does when you give them money. Apparently they want to expand roads this way for whatever reason. Yeah, 140 every 142nd day, I guess. It is growing. And there's not a lot of passengers available, but once it can grow, it will. Once it grows enough over here, you will be able to load some passengers up, and it will grow faster. I think one every 105th day, maybe. We'll see if it changes anything. I don't think it does, honestly. No, it doesn't seem to do. So, I guess that's enough of that for now. Eventually, it would expand over here, but of course, it would first look over here, and then over here, and then over here. So, it's not that likely it will expand there, but it expanded over here before building in this spot here, which is a viable spot to build a house on. So it's very random. But anyway, now that you... Well, actually, there's one more thing in this map that I want to show you. We got this awesome place, Net Bridge. I forgot to show that for some reason. Yeah. Basically, you got this city on this side, but also a lot on this side, and it's separated by a bridge over a river. I think it looks cool, and it looks really expensive, that bridge, and really unnecessary. But cool. Alright, let's continue on. We were actually doing something else than this, so we'll jump into the scenario editor again and open up a new one. Got unnamed. This is an idea I had for a map. Is basically, I think I got this idea from the Atlantis map, but it's not really the same. But basically, this is the map. It's just a bunch of small islands and 3 larger islands. It's crazy, really crazy. And there's a medium island there. Basically, these 3 islands have each their own problems. For instance, this one, which has the largest city as well, is rapidly running out of space. And because it's sunken down into the sea, you know, it's on the same level as the sea, and I'll show you that when we're about to leave this scenario. But basically, sometimes when a city expands, it does some terraforming, and usually that means the ocean just comes and drowns the whole town. And that's the problem with this place. This place has better space, but and doesn't and is at no risk of drowning. However, it is in the middle of a desert, so you need both water and food in order to make this town grow. Now, suffice it to say, these 2 cities are already pretty large. But of course, you always want to grow. You always want to grow your cities, always. And then the 3rd island is an optimal island, really. It's pretty flat, except for this. But as you can see, yeah, it has one of the smallest towns in the whole map. We'll go through those in a minute. We also got the only food place, the farm, and the food processing center, as I want to call it. And rubber trees and banana. No, not banana. Fruit place. I guess. And oil processing center, let's call it. And we also have this, which produces a whole ton of oil. As usual, I want to put something in that will make you earn a lot of money, because most of the time the things I want to experiment with requires a lot of money. So pretty much the purpose of this map is to somehow fix the problems in these different cities. For this one, it would be to expand and around the island, and I guess raise the land so that it doesn't become flooded. Over here is to grow the city, and this one is pretty simple. It's just to transport food and water to here. Because the food is over here, that means we'll have to, with boats or with aircraft, transport materials over to this island from this island, which is kind of crazy. It's quite far. Obviously, I did not take long to build this map. As you can see, it's very squared, very much so. And then I just put these small things and sometimes group them together a little bit. Once I had done these 3 islands, I just put these smaller islands, and then I randomized a bunch of cities. In the beginning, medium and small types, but later on also larger types. So this is the largest city. It's the fronting way. I haven't edited any of the names. We got Runtown. Then we got Drowningstone Bay. It's supposed to be a large city, but it doesn't have enough space to actually grow into anything. We got Hindley, Plunningville, Conway on Sea. I think it looks really cool. Honestly. It's pretty much, when you look at a real world map, kind of looks like this in the Pacific, or I don't know. You know, the island nations. It kind of looks like this, and you have these names all over the place and dots. It looks like an island paradise. This name is funny. Tatberg Springs. In my first world, which we will get to sooner or later, it was called Tutberg Springs. Really, really similar. Yeah. So this one is one of the smallest ones. But that's the basic premise of this map. We'll go and check that out, what I've actually played on it. But oops. I want to show you this. This is a work in progress. It's another winter map, but it's a lot smaller, as you can see. But I wanted to be kind of like Austria, a little bit. I really like Innsbruck in Austria. Really cool city, which is surrounded by mountains, but yet it's very, very flat at where it is situated, which kind of fascinates me. So I've tried to replicate it a little bit here. And I wanted to experiment a little bit with the increased map height. We will see where I go with it, especially down in the south. We're not finished over here. We're not finished anywhere really. And also I wanted to experiment with tunnels. As you can see here, you can make tunnels through this. It would be probably better to make tunnels than to have something going over the mountain. That's a basic idea I want to have with this. These two are supposed to be pretty much the largest cities in this map. This town actually generated with 0 citizens, which is kind of funny. All right, let's go to that game I was talking about. We will load it.